Welcome back, everyone. My name's Owen. This is Stuart.
Well,
Hi,
hello,
Stuart. My
hello.
lovely assistant. Or is it the other way around? Who knows? Anyway, we're back at Blyton Park for a track battle today, the MA track battles. We're here with two absolute animal cars. As you can see behind me, one is a home-built car, a Cupra, up to 460 horsepower. This car enters in Time Attack, owned by a guy named David. It is an animal, but not as much as an animal as this.
And this is Rob's bought from Audi TCR Race car. It's a front-wheel drive, 350 horsepower, absolute weapon. You can buy this for 140 grand done.
Nuts.
Unbelievable. Anyway, today the track battles are slightly different to the first series. What we are doing is we are going to do a little bit of a cat and mouse. So the slowest car will go out first, and then the fastest car will go out second with about a 30-second gap. Now, we are going to be using the V-Box Performance Box Touch in the qualifying. And what will be happening is when we get to the race, we will be putting the sports in. But it's a little bit different on this one because this has already got the full Racelogic kit in it. Because it is a race car, it's already set up, and obviously Racelogic is the best place to go for the gear for race cars.
Yeah.
So other than that, we are going to go out and meet the drivers and talk about their cars because there's a lot to talk about.
Oh, yes, there is. Let's go.
So you join me with Rob, who, do you own this? Is this your car?
This is a customer-owned car.
Right.
So the team is Rob Boston Racing, named after himself, of course, and we're racing TCR UK this year. So it's a mixed mark formula, so various different brands, but essentially all racing to one set of regulations.
Blimey.
So yeah, these cars are impressive bits of kit.
It looks cool. Obviously, this, to be a TCR car, it has to be front-wheel drive.
Yeah, the front-wheel drive, 2-litre. Some of the VAG-based cars, all TFSI motors, all running very, very similar power, very similar specification, but fundamentally different chassis.
So it is a 4-pot, not a 5-pot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you said something about the gearbox.
So
that's
the
interesting.
gearbox are the trip bit really. Compared to a road-going car, that's where the big expense is, and that's where a lot of the performance is in the gearbox. Yeah, real nice sequential gearbox.
What was the money on it?
Oh, too much to mention, but
We'll leave it
a lot more than the road-going version.
But you can, you said to me, you can buy this car from Audi for 140 grand, as is, minus the wrap, but everything else is a car from Audi.
Yeah, that's the remarkable bit really. It's a fully factory car, so that's quite unusual really to be able to do that.
So where do you go? Do you go to Audi dealership and say, I want one of these?
Well, it's their motorsport group, so the Audi motorsport group, and
Okay.
yeah, you put the order in. So yeah, it's quite an incredible thing really that you can get a car from factory like this.
That is, so I was having this question with everyone. I've asked everyone today and everyone's probably getting annoyed with me. Would you buy this? I've got to know in the comments below, would you buy this or a Lamborghini? So you got 140 grand, would you buy one of these? I think this would stand out more than a Lambo, but other than that, have you actually raced it at the minute?
No, this is personally not driven the car, so this is the first time today.
So you're going to need a bit of practice then?
Yeah, well, I'm quite looking forward to it really. Everything we've done historically has been rear-wheel drive, so this is our sort of first major championship that we've done front-wheel drive.
But
so
you have bought something else which we'll bring it up in
we'll
another video, which is then
later, yeah.
We'll bring that one up later. But other than that, yeah, obviously, what a cool car. I can't wait to see it go round track, and I think the best thing to do is have a chat with Owen and see how the Leon gets on.
Right, so we're here with a Cupra. I haven't, David, thank you so much for showing up today and taking the time out. So this isn't a bought race car, this is something you've developed yourself, right?
Yeah, so I brought it, completely standard car, Cupra 280. My plan was just to do a couple of modifications just for a couple of track days, and it sort of got a bit out of hand, and
well, yeah.
I wanted to go faster and faster, and yeah, I did, yeah, there's a lot on it. So these stuff like nitro suspension that I've got on it, it's all set up by Aero Motorsport. I got big 10J 275 wide tyres on it, hybrid turbo by Litco. It's pushing around about 460 brake today. Yeah. Just thought, because I'm against the TCR.
Yeah, you got to turn it up a little bit.
It'll have to be turned up a little bit. But everything else is basically just bolt on, so the engine's not been opened or anything like that, so it's literally all stock engine, stock gearbox, and just with like a stage 2 or 3 remap on it, just to make all the flappy paddles a bit more responsive.
So it's more a case of not just aiming for as much power as you can, it's more the dynamics of the car.
Yeah, it's just, like the power wasn't my main thing. I wanted around 400 to 500, and I achieved that with just putting a hybrid on it. And then yeah, everything else come handling then after that. So
does it? I know I asked earlier, but does it make a 460 horsepower in a front-wheel drive car? I think you said it weighs about 1290.
Yeah, it weighs about 1290 at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, does it make use of that 460 horsepower? Is it quite balanced?
It does. It really makes really good. Yeah, the traction on it's like really good.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it would be unusable, but I think because of the weight of the car being a bit heavy, it sort of puts it down a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. You got diff in it? Has it got stock diff?
It has got a wave track LSD. I've got a number plate for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got all the cooling mods to keep everything cool for like the diff and the oil.
Just keep it reliable.
Yeah, just keep everything reliable and just, yeah.
It's worth pointing out, when you mentioned number plates there, this car is still a road-going car. You drove to work in it the other day,
yeah,
didn't you?
I drove to work, still got the number plate in the windscreen. So
that is epic. So how do you feel comparing yourself against, you've had a look around the TCR car,
Yeah,
I mean, how do you feel like comparing it?
I've drove one, and they are very capable cars. I know what they can do on slicks, so it'll be quite interesting to see what this can do with a bit more power and, yeah, going up against it.
Good.
A bit cold weather today, so
the
look might be in my favour.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so that is the Cupra. It is a bit of a weapon, let's be honest, and this isn't just any regular road car. So I think we're going to get back out on track and have some warm-up laps and see what it can do.
Right, OK, so now we're going to let the RS3 go first, just because of the queue system.
Slight technical
But
hitch.
other than that, we're all good. We're going to send them out. The green light is on. And the man is go. Oh, there you go. Race car life, stalling. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Whoa.
A lot of wheel spin. Obviously, this is just a warm-up lap.
Yeah,
so
but this is going to help him actually warm up the tyres.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, that's got some presence, that car, in it.
I know,
Doesn't it look
good-looking
fantastic? Car. Looks amazing.
Such a good-looking car. As long as we don't have GoPros fall off. He's like, sorry. We want the fun. We want the fun. So we're not giving him 30 seconds. They're just going.
Yeah. Well, that might give you an idea. Well, this might make it more interesting.
It will make it a bit more interesting, I think.
If Russ is happy with that,
hang on, I'm going to tell Russ.
He's got a big smile on his face.
Russ, I'll tell you what, that's going to make us happy. I don't know how happier Rob's going to be.
It's a force of habit.
That's
well,
fine.
Let's hope they're about the same pace around the track then.
In fact, if anything, for these two cars, they're probably closer matched than the other two we filmed today. So, if anything, that's going to make things more interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be better. Well done, Russ. Brilliant.
You can really hear something working now.
Here we go.
Warm-up lap on at the moment. You can hear the brakes are just warming up as well.
Look at it, it looks so good.
It's so purposeful. Wow. Don't get more race car than that, does it? Or does it?
Well, it ain't far behind the little FR. That goes, doesn't it?
It does. He's experiencing a little bit of wheel spin.
Yeah, but I don't think as much as the Audi.
No.
But he said earlier the problem with the Audi was the rear tyres.
Yes, which they've swapped. They put shredded tyres on the back.
Yeah, so it's got slicks on the front, treaded tyres on the back, just to basically try and keep that, because they're soft, basically a softer compound, which is actually going to warm up a lot
Hopefully
quicker.
it keeps it in line. He said the back was coming round, but he couldn't get the tyre temperature hot enough at the back, so the back was moving around a lot. They've also angled the wing down at the back to try and give it a bit more downforce to push the rear tyres into the floor. So hopefully he's made some adaptations that are going to.
That's the benefit of buying a full-on race car.
You can stop.
Yeah, just tweaking little bits.
Swap the wheels over.
Oh, it's back round already.
There he is.
He's coming.
See, he hasn't caught up quick. If it is quicker, bearing in mind.
Oh, he's used all of that. He's used all of it.
Bearing in mind the Cupra has got a fair dollop more power than the Audi's got.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got it on the. There's 410 horsepower and 460 horsepower map on it. So if he's got it at 460 horse, he might reel it in, but it's, you know, it's going to take him a few laps to do that.
They both sound really good, and they do go quick.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that up against something like the Hellcat or something like that?
Oh, it'd just be a joke. I mean, but what would be more entertaining?
Yeah, the Hellcat.
Yeah, for me, the Hellcat, obviously, but these things are going around, and to see something like that TCR car is just up this close, and you know, and seeing it doing its thing, practicing. If I'm honest, the Audi looks faster. Like it looks like it's moving faster on the track.
But then, I think it's because the Audi's got a bit of drama about it, where the Leon hasn't.
No. And the Leon is, it still looks like a regular road car, doesn't it, essentially?
You know that 15% battery that we had left in that GoPro? I don't think we're going to have to worry about that, because it'll be round way too quick.
Yeah, it's all going to be done.
It has got a bigger gap and a bigger gap.
Yeah,
so
it hasn't closed up, has it?
I reckon the Audi's called itself back in.
Is that proof in the pudding that it's not all about the power that a car creates? You know, it's more about the dynamics and the setup.
Well, that's the thing. And there's the checkered flag from Mr. Stevens.
Woo! I think he's getting into the swing of it a bit now.
Yeah.
He's really making that work. Interestingly, the winner of this race goes against another car.
Yes, the winner of this race does go against another car.
Which is kind of a race car, really, if you look at it.
It is, but the problem is, one of the cars that is in this race has also got the other car. So who's going to race that car?
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
They may put me in it, you know.
Yeah.
They've obviously
I'd like to see that.
they've obviously heard of me.
I've sat in that car, and when you look at it, it may as well all be in Cantonese. Like, there's buttons and switches
Made
everywhere.
in Taiwan.
Literally, I sat in it. I was like, well, how do you know what does what? You know, I mean, it's a fantastic looking machine. I'm sure we're going to get that on camera soon, though. But I can't wait to see.
Right,
that.
let's go and have it. Well, we're going to wrap up and find out who's fastest.
Let's do it. Okay, we are back with the results of what happened. That was an interesting day, wasn't it?
It was. The Audi looked good, but the Leon looked good.
Yeah.
So either way.
It was an interesting matchup. How did you guys feel you did?
I felt I did all right on semi-slicks compared to slicks, but yeah, I thought I did all right. I think I may have beat my personal best, but we'll see how we did.
It was flying. Well, they both were, weren't they? Rob, I mean, yours was the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a fantastic bit of kit, and it was a real pleasure to drive it today. And yeah, as alluded to, I think we tried slicks all round in practice, and actually really struggled because it's such a cold, windy day up here at Blyton, and couldn't get any temperature in the rears at all. It was really quite leery. So for the timed runs, we actually opted to put wets on the rear.
Yep.
So although ultimately maybe not the right amount of grip for a dry track, far more predictable, and I feel like it was a lot quicker. I like a lot quicker actually.
Yeah, they look fast going around. So we've got Rob from Racelogic. Rob, come in. We've got Mr. Times. Yeah. Rob is the telemetry king. Anyway, so yeah, Rob, thank you so much for being here and putting this event on. Thank you so much to Racelogic for this. So Rob, can you give us some times on what we've got for these cars?
I can. I've had a look at the V-Box Sports from both cars, and the Cupra did it in a very respectable 1 minute, 7 seconds, 107.81.
107. It's a fast time.
And the TCR did it in a 1:04.34.
A 3 second difference.
That's quick.
A 3 second difference.
Well,
and that.
the difference is a factory car, but
Yeah,
it's still a super.
but he's built that with his own money.
Exactly.
And everything else, and you're wiping out loads of stuff.
I think, Dave, earlier you mentioned that we estimate that the TCR car would probably have been 3 times the cost.
About 3 times as much, yeah, if you brought it outright.
I mean, that's saying a lot. And to be only 3 seconds behind...
And he still drives it a shot.
Yeah, still got number plates on it. So there you go.
The shop's later in it.
Yeah, get some more enjoyment out of it.
But there you go. Let's have a look at the race car leaderboard first. So obviously now Dave has gone into 2nd place ahead of Paul from BMR, which he's not going to be happy with the time of a 1:07.81. But Rob sits top now with the RS3 TCR car with a 1:04.34. It's going to be hard to knock that off, isn't it? Well, wait until the next race. But also, Dave qualifies for the road going car leaderboard, which now has changed. So at the top, the BMW Supercharged has come off, and Dave has replaced that with a 1:07.81. Now, for road going cars, I think that's going to be quite a tough one to beat. But if we do get to do another track battles, we'll have to try and find a car that's road going that will beat that. So don't forget to drop us a message or anything else if you think you can do better. But for now, let's go back to Owen and myself to wrap up the video.
So, yeah. Do you want to send us off then?
No, I can't be asked, but don't scream.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to scream for you today. Guys, if you like what you saw today, we had a blast today. We really hope you enjoyed what we had, and there was some really interesting stuff. We've got more track battles coming for you. Again, so if you like what you saw, like, share, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Yes, how exciting.
I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting.
Hit the bell where you like. And that is your lot.
Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't